Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. Floyd talked to Ben Thompson at Fight Hype, and I put that interview in the description or the source link. And he kills the Adrien Broner rumors, which I told you guys that was fake a couple weeks ago or a week ago. And he throws another jab at Canelo, but let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. And yeah, he said that he ain't coming back facing no boxers. He not fighting no fighters that can't do no numbers and don't have no country behind him. And that's been the whole pretty much blueprint about Money Mayweather, is only fighting fighters that have countries behind them, that, you know, the Mexicans going to show up and the Puerto Ricans going to show up and the Argentines going to show up. And that's his blueprint, you know, and that's basically how Premier Boxing Champions is run. They treat the black fighters like they can't sell, okay, and they treat the Hispanic fighters like they can sell, you know, and they buy into that narrative. You know, we all know Americans don't get behind American fighters, black fighters in particular. There ain't really no white fighters out there from America. We know that. I don't even think Americans get behind American boxers as a whole. That whole thing is gone. All right, you got some boxers that got a cool fan base. A Tank got a cool fan base, and that's probably why Floyd chose to affiliate himself with Tank. It's no more building your brand up. We believe in you. We gonna push you, and we gonna get you a fan base. No, they don't believe in it. If you don't come with a fan base intact, they gonna treat you like a second-rate fighter. Even though they overpaying these dudes, they still treat them like a number. That's why they trying to feed Jamal Charlo to David Benavidez. That's why they did Tank and Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, or Gary Russell and Tank. They only want fighters that have a fan base, and Floyd imprint is all over boxing because, like it or not, Premier Boxing Champions is the leader in boxing right now. They got the largest roster. It may not be the best roster. They got the largest roster and everything. You know, they own a network that's on Fox and FS1, you know, and they on a premium cable channel. But that's what Floyd telling y'all, and that's how they run the business at PBC. I'm not fighting. None of these fighters are big enough to come back to fight against around my weight class. And he said if he did come back, it would be versus Conor McGregor again, because Conor McGregor got a fan base around him. He got a country behind him. So it ain't no longer about the best fighting the best. Floyd ain't never did that. That's why Floyd ain't fighting no brothers. He fought Corley, Sharpen Mitchell. He fought older Shane Mosley because it made business sense. But he was never going to fight when Devin Alexander kind of pointed that out, that he didn't fight black fighters. He was never going to entertain Timothy Bradley, PBC top rank or not. He was never going to entertain Earl Spence, Keith Thurman. It wasn't worth the risk. That's just what it is. And it's always been a narrative that he was scared to fight another athletic, slick fighter. And he fought these slow and less athletic other minority fighters. So, you know, but he basically said that he ain't doing that Broner shit. He said he basically sunned Broner. He just said Broner too small and Broner ain't doing no real numbers. And, you know, none of these fighters is worth coming back. It ain't worth me risking my fighting a tough boxer. I'm retired from boxing. I don't want to end up like Roger. I don't know. He said, but I'm a businessman. So if it's a MMA fight, if it's a Conor McGregor fight or Khabib fight, yeah, I entertain it because I know I'm going to win. I know it ain't going to be a hard day's work. I'm going to rob the bank again. It's an easy victory. It's easy money in my pocket. That's what he's saying. You know, and he sunned Adrien Broner, and that's going to go over a lot of people's heads. Say he ain't big enough. He don't do enough numbers. He a little motherfucker. He sunned all them dudes. Ain't none of these dudes big enough for me to come back to fight. The money ain't right. And that's how he moving. And if you notice, that's how PBC moving. They trying to build fights up until their highest, you know, threshold as far as money, and then it fall apart before they get there because these dudes be losing. Or they don't be as good as they think they are. And then he goes out his way to rip Canelo. It wasn't enough beating Canelo 12 rounds to nothing. It wasn't enough. You know, Canelo got a $300 million deal. I made that in 36 minutes. Oh, you add the other 28 minutes, I made rounded up, I made $650 million. You know what I'm saying? He only making $300 million. At the end of the day, he forever gonna take shots at Canelo and Oscar. You know, and I don't even think it's necessary to take shots at Canelo. You know, let Canelo have his contract. That's nobody else getting that money like Canelo, other than like Anthony Joshua. You know, if that's true, ain't nobody else getting that bag. But he always gonna have disdain for Oscar and Canelo, especially if Oscar came out and talked about his father willing to cross him for $2 million, but De La Hoya didn't want to pay that bag. So Floyd gonna get at Adrien Broner subliminally. He gonna get at Canelo and them the same way. He was a little bit more, you know, it was a little bit more known what he said, but that really was a subliminal shot at Oscar. That's what that really was. Him letting him know I'm still the king. Y'all talking about doing a rematch, and y'all talking about my daddy and all this. Like, shit, I'm making more money than you. You still my son. I still put hands, feet, elbows, and toes on top of your ass a few years ago. I still beat you and dissected you. I'm still above you. I'm still the king dingaling on top of you. And that's all that is. It is with Floyd. Floyd just want to show, he want to continue to rub his accomplishments in the young fighters' faces. Like, y'all never touch this. Doom. Can't touch this. He'll let them know. And what they got to understand is Floyd has pretty much rigged the game where you never is going to be able to beat him. That's what they not looking at. Floyd did rig the game. Like, I ain't passing no fucking torch to you niggas. None of you. Errol, Terrence, Broner, Danny Garcia, Pacquiao, Canelo. I ain't giving y'all no. I'm not passing the torch. Because I wanted to be rigged where you never touch this accomplishment again. I want you niggas to fight 1 or twice a year. I want y'all to do that so y'all never reach 50 wins. You know? That's what I want y'all to build up these fights like Floyd and Manny. Even though you can never build the fight like that with y'all resumes. Floyd is rigging the game. Floyd is rigged boxing where how he doing it now, none of these dudes reach his accomplishments. So his records and his money will never be broken. Because when it's one big fight to have, you know what I'm saying? They want to build it all the way up where it's the pinnacle of somebody's career, but they're not looking at Pacquiao, Morales, Barrera multiple times. You know, the Cottos, the Shane Mosleys, the Oscar De La Hoyas, the Ricky Hattons, the Margaritos, the Claudies, the David Diaz's of the world. They're not looking at all of that. Not looking at the Corraleses, the Gottis, and the Zavs, the Baltimore, the Castillo fights, and you know, they're not looking at all the fights Floyd had, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Marquez to build up to the Pacquiao fight. If him and Pacquiao never fought, they still all-time greats. If Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford don't fight, they ain't no all-time greats. You know, if Plant and Benavidez don't fight, they ain't no all-time greats. And even if they do fight, they don't make them all-time greats. You know, Floyd and Pacquiao had a great resume, and they had multiple world champions on their resume before they made the pinnacle fight of boxing history. At least that was how it was supposed to be built up. These dudes building up their first big fight to the point where it's going to be their only big fight, and they're not going to be able to capitalize off the momentum and have big fight to big fight. By the time they build to have their first big fight, they're going to be 31, 32, 33 years old. And due to the inactivity rate, they're not going to have no longevity. Not going to get to enjoy the fame and the legacy and making the big paydays. Floyd and Pacquiao been having big paydays that these dudes only dream of for years. It was just a big cash out at the end. And look at Pacquiao, he's still getting a few paydays there, but they letting Floyd rig the game up. But Floyd always gonna let them niggas know that they beneath him. May it be Canelo, may it be Broner, may it be Tank. All the PBC top-rated DAZN fighters, he all gonna let them know financially you can't do what I did. But what you can do is you can't break the Mayweather hold. You can't go out there and request to fight the best. Get on the phone with the ops and say, look here, man, fuck this old build this shit up, man. We gonna get paid regardless. Let's go have these fights. Let's go make the best fight the best. Let's fight 3 or 4 times a year and get out the Mayweather hold. But a lot of these dudes gonna fall in this trap. A lot of these dudes gonna retire with less than 50 fights. And that's going to be sad. But, hey, it is what it is. I'll link the interview in the description from Fight Hype, under Source Link. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the information is in the description. If you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal description. Best way to donate is to share the video. So let me know what you guys think about the video and the interview in the comment section. I appreciate you all, man. And don't forget, check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. One time for the one time. We gone.